So far, we've really been focusing on developing good techniques and learning how to bring all of these different elements together. Hopefully, with practice, you've seen improvements in your own technique and that you're now starting to feel much more confident when you pick up your bass. Please remember, though, that your overall technique will always continue to develop as long as you continue to challenge it. So, with the motivational speech over, I'd now like to introduce you to our next area of study, the world of scales, and why I personally feel that they're so fundamentally important to every bass player. A scale can be described as a series of notes that can be played in sequence, either ascending or descending in pitch. When it comes to playing a scale, we typically play the notes in order, like this, starting from the lowest pitch and ending on the highest. But we can also pick and choose any of the notes from a scale and play them out of their original sequence to create melodies, and more importantly to us, to create bass lines. Scales differ by containing different sequences of notes, and this in turn gives each scale its own individual sound and character. Now, with time and focused practice, we can successfully train our musical ear to identify the sound of any particular scale. For example, you might have actually recognised the sound of the scale that I've just been using. So, to some extent, you've already been developing in this skill. Now, hopefully, I'm sure you can appreciate that just being able to identify the sound of a scale isn't really all that useful on its own. It's sort of like saying, yep, well, I've heard that before, but I haven't a clue what to do with it. So, to get the most out of this, we eventually need to start linking the sound of a scale to its name, and more importantly, how we can actually use it. In my opinion, the more we know and understand about any scale, the more choices and options we'll have available to us when it comes to applying that scale in any musical situation. As we'll discover, just learning how to play a scale up and down is never enough. We need to unlock its sound and then learn how to use it. Now, don't go thinking that we've learnt all there is to know about technique, as scales are the perfect resource to develop some really testing exercises that are designed specifically to improve technique.